Hello out there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you already subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I'll give you a second. So today's video is fun, but it's also a little serious because this is a recipe that was used by a lot of Dutch people during the last year of World War II, which is known here as the Hunger Winter in English. It was when food and supplies had been cut off by the Nazis and people had nothing. There was no food available, so they were eating whatever they could. And one of the things that a lot of people ate were tulip bulbs. Apparently not that tasty, but it's something. A lot of farmers who had grown tulip bulbs were not planting them, and they were just sitting in warehouses until somebody realized that they could be used and eaten, and they got sent out or sold. I'm not actually sure, probably sold to people. And the government would publish a couple recipes for soup and bread and biscuits, and I'm still trying to find out what else they made recipes for, but soup seems to be the big thing, and then bread, which we will do later. But today we're going to do the soup. Now, it also hasn't been totally clear to me whether most of the time the bulbs were dried out or if they were fresh. Could have been either way, I guess, depending on when and where you got your bulbs. But I'm using fresh ones, which it sounds like taste better than the dried ones. So there's that. One thing I should mention is that you need to cut out the middle of the bulb. I have not cut any of these bulbs yet, so you're gonna do this with me for the first time. You have to cut out the middle because that is a toxic part of the bulb, but the rest of it's fine. It can be used like an onion or potato somehow. Not sure about the potato thing. But this is my first time making it, and I'm going to be feeding it to some Dutch people for dinner, including one who ate it as a child while living through the war in Holland. So hopefully he likes it. Hopefully I like it. Another note, sorry we're not getting right into this, I just need to mention these important things. If you're going to do this yourself, be sure to get organic bulbs. They didn't use as many pesticides and toxic things like that back then, so it was a little easier to use whatever bulbs were being sold. But today, most things probably have been doused with pesticides, and you don't want that. So look for organic bulbs. I am having a hair issue today. I actually managed to find some that were actually labeled as edible, and so I bought them, of course. If you're interested, that's at naturalbulbs.nl in the Netherlands. I'll put the link down below. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, just look for organic, or if you grow them in your garden, then they're probably okay. Okay, I think that's it for the important bits. So now we're going to make some soup, and oh boy. Okay, I'm going to read the recipe here. Oh, maybe I'll put it next to me too. Which way should I go? I'll go this way. I'll put the recipe over here. I hope this works the way I am imagining it in my mind. So for 4 people, you need 4 to 6 tulip bulbs, 1 onion, a teaspoon of salad oil or other neutral oil, a teaspoon of Maggi, I'm not pronouncing it right, this stuff, 1 teaspoon curry powder or a substitute. They usually had to use substitutes back then, and salt to taste. So what I'm going to do, well, what I've already done is I've peeled and chopped the onion, because that's boring, you don't need to see that. So I need to heat the oil in a small pan. I'm going to use this because then it says fry the onion and curry powder, and then add the water and Maggi. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, sorry. boil it and then stir in the grated tulip bulbs. So, and one of these other ones says to grate the bulbs right over the pot, and or at least do it just before adding them to the pan, as the pulp discolors quickly. And that one makes me believe that this was a recipe for fresh bulbs, but I'm sure they used dried bulbs too. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll try to give you a good view of everything. All right, here we go. That's probably about it. Also, another thing, they had these little ovens. Maybe I did find a picture of it. I'll put it over here. So, sorry, this is where I'm looking at you guys. They had these little cheap portable ovens or stovetops to help save energy costs because it's wartime. So I don't have that, but I'm pretty sure that's energy efficient too. So, by the way, how do you like my dress? If you haven't seen it before, I made it last year, not recently. I like the fabric. It's probably not natural, but it's comfy and it was easy to work with and doesn't wrinkle too badly. But I did that. I'm sorry, I'm proud of it. I like my dress. I love the color too. So what I think I'm gonna do now is change your camera angle so you can watch me do what I do with the flower bulbs, and I'll chat with you from there. I wish I had like 2 cameras or something. I don't know how people do this, and I also am using this to record with, and that's not that convenient. Okay, come on closer. How do you do this? That's good enough. I'll put that where it's not too distracting, I guess. Actually, come closer. Come this way. And I'll just move that. There, how's that? Great. So I have more than I need here, but I just wanted to show you the bulbs. I'm just going to be using 4 because it's wartime. We got a ration, okay? We use the minimum amount. Add the water and seasoning and bring it to a boil while grating those into boiling liquid. Okay. Short-term memory loss. Okay. Add the water. Aprons are a good idea. I might add more water as that evaporates. And then I have not opened this yet. A teaspoon of that. Okay. Never used this before either, and I have no idea what it actually tastes like. It's salty. It's kind of like a bouillon or something. Okay. So they said peel it. I don't know the best way to do that. I usually cut things in half, so we'll do that. Yes. Okay. All right, so this yellow part inside, right in the middle, that has to come out, this little part there. So, and on the other side. I don't really know what'll happen if you leave that in, but let's not find out. And then I have a grater. I really don't know how that's gonna turn out. Actually, I do not have confidence in that, and I think I'll probably just chop it with a knife. Last time I tried to grate ginger, that did not turn out well. It just disappeared. So I'm glad to be doing this finally. I've thought about it before, and especially when I got here in the spring, I really wanted to do it, but no one was selling the bulbs. So I waited and then kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And then I saw some bulbs at the grocery store, which reminded me. Just gonna wait for that to boil, but I thought maybe we could chat. I can't imagine not really having food, and I know this is still happening around the world. I'm completely unaware of a lot of things, and I'm pretty lucky with the food supply we have. It was a little concerning earlier in the year when the lockdowns first started, and I mean, I heard even worse things happening in the US. The lack of everything on the shelves, it's really frightening that that can happen for so long. I mean, it used to kind of happen when there was a blizzard coming and people would stock up, you know, but on this scale, it was worrying, and I still wonder what else is coming. It's not like we have a big supply here that will last a very long time if something happens. I was very frustrated when it was happening here that I couldn't find flour to keep my starter alive, because I have not given up on making sourdough bread. But I am not sharing that with you until it goes right, like several times in a row, and it has not, ever. So, but it needed flour, and I had trouble finding flour. I learned that you can dehydrate your starter into little flakes, which I've done, and now I need to kind of test out rehydrating them and see if that works, if it's still alive. I haven't done it yet, probably should do that soon. When did I do that? Because I should have made note of how long it's been. It's experimenting with lots of things in the kitchen these days. But yes, that level of lack is hard to imagine. So hopefully I will teach myself enough to know what else I can eat in the yard, in the garden, in the park. Oh, but pesticides are a problem these days. How can you forage? But I'm trying to educate myself. You never know what might happen. And I really like the power that this knowledge gives me. I can't wait to know more. I'm learning so much. Is it boiling yet? Not quite. But a watched pot never boils, so I shouldn't stare at it, right? All right, I don't have anything else to say right now, so you're gonna go look at the soup again. And it's starting to boil. Okay, okay, let's see what happens. Well, that sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna chop it. Okay, I'm curious what it tastes like just raw, so I am going to taste it. Should I leave it like that? I guess. Okay, I'm going to taste a little piece of it. Yeah. It's moist. It's not oniony, thank goodness. It's, I mean, I can see this in a salad. I would not be surprised to have that in a salad. But I don't know how to describe that taste. In some way, it kind of reminds me of jicama. Not quite. It's not quite as like watery and crunchy, but it is kind of watery and crunchy. Okay, I'm gonna add some salt to taste. I've got not vintage at all, I'm sure. I've got red salt. I couldn't resist. It looked really cool. It says it's from Hawaii. But everything was a little salty already, so here, come take a look. So I'll just boil it for another minute or two and then take it off. I kind of want to add more water actually, because it's going to be for 4 people and some of it has definitely gone away. I mean, we're basically done here. So I'm going to cut out now and you'll see me when I'm ready to try the soup. Okay, so here's my first taste of tulip bulb soup. Hope you can see that I'm holding this very unnaturally high. I want to get a piece of the tulip bulb. Okay, let's go. It's fine. It doesn't taste bad, it doesn't taste good, it's kind of a neutral thing. The soup is bland though. I am going to add more flavoring to this before I serve it to anybody. But yeah, once I add a little more flavor, well, I would recommend trying it It doesn't taste awful. You could mix it in with just a vegetable soup or whatever you want. Completely edible. So yeah, throw tulip bulbs in whatever you want. And you can also eat the petals. I discovered that earlier just because I ate one. It's like a colorful salad. It's great. Just throw some tulip petals in your salad once your tulips are wilting and eat it. I actually read online that they can taste differently depending on the type of flower or the variety and the color. They can taste like peas or cucumbers or whatever. I don't know. It's pretty interesting, but I just think it makes a pretty salad. So there's another tip for you. Okay, I'm gonna go flavor my soup and make sure it is presentable for tonight's appetizer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other tips on using tulip bulbs or just any information you think I might want or need or maybe can use to make another video with, please let me know. Let me know if you have recipes. Because I've got many bulbs left, although I will probably try to store them and dry them. I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm going to try making the bread, so we'll see. I don't even know when I'm posting this video, so I'm a little behind. Anyway, happy eating. Bye.